Howdy everyone, welcome back to the Lunar Geeks Out channel, and it took a while, but we are finally getting to it. Cheese in the Trap by Byul. I've been looking forward to this since it released, and also I've been looking forward to the track that C.I.T.T did that is featuring Hwasa. I will get to that sometime in the next few days. I don't know exactly when, but school is officially out for me. It is officially summer, so I actually have time to make stuff now without having to worry about anything else. So it will get done sometime soon. But it's been a bit chaotic getting to this, as has been the case a lot lately with my stuff, because Thursday when this released, I had stayed up the night before until like 4 in the morning reading a book. I was reading Blood in the Water about the Attica prison uprising. Very good book, probably the best history book I've ever read. Would highly recommend it. But that day I was just incredibly sleep deprived. And then Friday, I had an essay to write. Saturday and Sunday, well, Saturday, pollen allergies were hitting really hard. Sunday, I was out going hiking and stuff with my mom. Just taking a nice break that day. And then Monday, I actually don't remember what I was doing on Monday. Maybe running to an antique store, but I don't know. I was doing something on Monday and was not home for a good portion of the day, so I was like, I'm gonna take the rest of the day off as a break. So we're finally getting to it. It's become just the standard reaction, so I was planning, the next standard reaction is like a planned thing on my list, is gonna be, can't remember the tracks, but something by Wagaki Band. Wagaki Band? Y'all probably know the band I'm talking about. I can't remember if it's Wagaki or Wakagi, because my memory is not great. But that was supposed to be happening today, but I was like, I'm doing this, I ain't gonna put this off any longer. So, I'm rambling. Cheese in the Trap by Byul. Byul. I think I said that wrong. Let's just hop into it. Alright. My knuckles don't want to crack. Good, subtle electric guitar in there. Not too heavily distorted or anything. Good simple drum beat as well. Interesting synths right there. Okay. Bit of a little freeze and a shift there. I like it. Okay, good higher vocals there. I love that pause there so much. It's just a little freeze. It really grabs your attention. Oh, it's so cool. That's so cool. I need to watch that. I need to pause for a second. I don't do this very often. It was just so overly aggressive. Oh, I don't know why it's getting me so hard. I almost never have to pause in these videos. Oh. Oh, I gotta stretch now. Oh. Okay, let's get back into it. Okay, a little sudden on the end there. I feel like it was building up for something, and then it just cut out. I feel like it was building up for, you know, a good down on the electric guitar, down on the drums, everything like that, and it just stopped. So that was a bit odd, but that was good. I'd heard some folks say that was one of her weaker tracks, but I really liked that one. Maybe it was because it's going in with just slightly lower expectations, but that was good. So, I feel like I said that really loudly. So, I can actually talk about the lyrics a bit this time, because it's very interesting. There are a lot of parallels between this and I think it was the last track I reacted to, Greed by Bridie. Is that the last one I reacted to? Now I gotta take a look at my, now I gotta take a look at what I've uploaded. Because as soon as I say something about, you know, chronology or whatever I did last or whatever, I start to second myself, because the time and everything, I do not need to look at the stream announcements channel for upload announcements. Yeah, the last thing I uploaded, Greed by Bridie, very similar lyrical themes in this, which is that's interesting how it worked out like that. You know, I would not have expected to have that continuity there with what I was doing, which is interesting. But what's really interesting is this one does not feel quite as, I'll say, sinister as the last one did. Like, the last one felt incredibly obsessive, very possessive. They wanted control over this person, and how do I want to phrase this? They wanted to be the only person to, like, interact with you, the focus of the song, that kind of thing. Whereas this, something about it, I am going off of an English translation, so maybe the mood is different in the original Korean, but off the English translation, I don't get that vibe at all. It feels more like, it feels more like a strong crush, which is interesting. There's some similar stuff. You're why can I not say that? You're in a trap. I'm the girl who only thinks of herself. Where there's another line. Where is it? Beta trap and you fall in love. I'll pretend as if it's a coincidence. The very similar themes going on, but something about it does not feel as dark, and I can't place what it is, but just that's so interesting to me that two songs can be about very similar things, have very similar lines and very similar topics and themes, but come across incredibly differently. And it's really interesting how if you do songwriting, if you do lyric writing right, you can have that impact. So I think a lot of the more specific stuff I could have gotten into about some of these themes, I got into in my last one, just focusing more on the dark side of them than this one. If I was going to go back into it, I'd probably focus more on the light side of them. But that juxtaposition is very interesting to me. Yeah, it feels like a much lighter version of the last song, more like a crush than an obsession. Someone who's trying to perhaps model themselves to make the object of the song, the focus of the song, fall for them, that kind of thing. So there's definitely some differences, but I thought it was interesting compared to the last song I reacted to. I probably would not have had this approach if I had not reacted to Greed last time, but just the way things lined up, interesting how that worked out. I will say that much. But the music was phenomenal. That was not a great segue, but the music was phenomenal. It had a lot of like I want to say a pop punk vibe. I don't listen to that genre much at all. I think the only thing in my music mix which would count as that is Dammy solo off of the recent Dreamcatcher album, Beautiful, I think it's called. So it's not a genre I'm too well versed in, but it very much gave me those vibes. That's some good vibes. I need to check out some more of that genre, because what I've heard from it has been pretty good. It's fun, simple stuff, and I really like fun, simple stuff. I love stuff that's wild and crazy. Sleep Token, Baby Metal, Igor. I don't know how I'm supposed to say that one, but I love stuff that's just out there. But I also love stuff that's just fun and simple, perhaps sweet, perhaps cute. I.e., a good example is Say Yes by Punch, which is also featuring Moonbyul now that I think about it, so perhaps a fitting example to give here. But just simple stuff is really good. It hits the spot sometimes. So it satisfied me musically, if that makes any sense. But to get into the individual elements, I'll start off with the vocals. Probably one of the best vocal performances I've heard from Moonbyul on her solo things. Like the last album she put out, Six Sequence, that was really good. But there's something about that one that it wasn't quite there for me. Like, I really liked it. Lunatic, super fun, Shut Down, probably one of the best K-pop songs I've ever heard. I would legitimately say that. And then G999 was just really cool vibes, really fun vibes throughout. And the other two tracks, or the three tracks off of it, Synopsis, might be messing that one up. And for me, I think we're all solid, different vibes throughout. Synopsis is probably my favorite one, but there's something about the album that when it came together, it felt a bit lacking. This was not. The vocals in here, I'm not specifically talking about the vocals. The vocals in here were just phenomenal. Probably some of the best vocals I've heard from her, at least in her solo stuff. Especially there was that one point the one moment I pointed out, that's how to phrase that and not have it sound weird. The one moment I pointed out where it's like there were a lot higher vocals, it was really nice. And then there's the pause in it, and that was really a musical thing entirely, but it really, really functions with the vocals. That little pause, it grabbed your attention. It's one of those things where it sucks you back in. You're zoning out for a second, that happens, you're brought right back in, but it's not in a jarring sense. It's more, it demands your attention, and it makes you focus on the track so much more and everything. That was such a cool touch. But the vocals throughout, not a lot to really say specifically, but the vocals throughout were amazing. The guitar was a highlight. I talked about how it was a very subtle distortion. I'm a metalhead wearing an Iron Maiden shirt right now. Earlier today, I was listening to some Sleep Token stuff. Last night, I was listening to probably the best death metal album I've heard in a long time. I love metal. It is my all-time favorite genre, the thing I listen to the most of. There's a lot of heavy distortion in there. So to hear something that is this much lighter distortion is just, it's refreshing. Like, even Beautiful, which I mentioned, that's still, for this lighter sound, that's still a fairly heavy distortion. This is barely distorted, it feels like. But it's such a solid sound. It's fairly subtle as well. The guitar was not overwhelming or anything. It was one of those things where it didn't demand your attention. Your attention was on the vocals, but it elevated everything else. The drums were the same thing. They were fairly simple throughout. There were a few moments where they went a bit crazier, which is always nice, but the drums were just a very solid drums. There's something that really elevated everything else. They didn't do a lot to stand out, but they just made everything else around them so much better. The instruments in this song, very much a whole is greater than the sum of its parts situation. There were some, some electronic elements that came in from time to time that just add a little bit of that spice in that I talk about sometimes. There was some subtle bass in there. It popped out to me a couple times. I don't know how too much stand on, but it was good. It was nice to hear. But all in all, really good music. Just a really fun song. So I don't know what some people were saying this was one of her weaker songs. This was amazing. This is probably my favorite from her so far. No, I forgot about Shutdown. Shutdown is my favorite from her so far. This pretty close though. This was a lot of fun, and I love having a reaction artist. I have so much fun filming it and talking about it and everything. I did the Electric Callboy one the other day. That was a good one. What was it? What Darnation? There is what? Why? The Force of Courage, Galnerius. That was another one that was just super fun to check out. This is another one to go on that list. Just I had such a blast. Oh dear. Okay, then I might be dying. That just happened. I think that's a sign to wrap it up. I about jumped. This was super fun. I cannot wait to check out the track Psy and Hwasa did later this week. But that is going to do it for this one. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like if you liked, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below with your thoughts on the track, any feedback or criticism, or anything you want me to react to. In the description, link to the music video so you can go check it out, support the artist, link to my Discord server, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify playlist of all the songs I've reacted to, at least the ones up on Spotify, and my link tree with all my other stuff in it in case any of that interests y'all. Anyways, like I said, that's going to do it, so once again, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing ya.